A huge information leak from Nijisanji in regards to a collab that they were planning with a energy drink provider. We're having more Niji sister meltdowns against falseeyed, and so much more on the VTuber news today. Information has leaked of Nijisanji, and one of their confidential documents are out on Twitter, and they're out everywhere. Basically, it is a public knowledge at this point, so it is not like I'm leaking actual confidential information. This is stuff that is not out to the public. Once it is out, then it is fair game as far as I'm concerned. So here we are. The main points of the documents are these. This is the document that was put out. This confidential document says, in a collaboration between Nijisanji and Enodori, which is any color. Enodori is the, I guess, the person with the ASAP club. On an X account, appears that leaked, undisclosed, confidential as an document. Content was leaked. It was marked as confidential originally. And of course, this is the link to the actual document. Furthermore, any color has been putting confidential in the bottom left corner of materials released outside the company. So this is the tweet, the Japanese tweet, making the ASAP Club. Someone put out, Chris8969, who has since deleted it, says that ASAP Club is going to be doing things with Nijisanji. And here is the actual leaked documentation. Bottom right says confidential. It is no longer confidential because it is out there. So this is an energy drink, it appears to be, which is Grape, Awaken, and Volcano. As you can see down there, a lot of Nijisanji talents, a lot of any color talents. Nijisanji Japan, those are the talents that are actually working for. In this collab, it's going to be 9 of them. And just to let you know that it is confidential right there on the bottom left, we have the any color investor relations document, the whole Q3 earnings report, the whole Q3 report that we all had covered before. All of that is there. Again, all of this is done just to show the veracity of the statement, the fact that it is confidential. Normally, this wouldn't be a problem because, you know, most of those things would get deleted. But in this case, this document is out to the public. Main points of this video that's put here in Japanese. Of course, I'm not going to watch it because it's in Japanese. The document is in regards to the collaboration with ASAP Club. It was announced the brand's official Twitter that the livers they will collab with are Kane Kuzuha Salome Hyakuna Tembara Salome on 10/4/2024. A user by the name of Shirasu mentions on X that a certain brochure has the names of livers until the end of the 3rd batch, and has uploaded the said image with a confidential written in English as proof. It was said that Shirasu tweeted, "Only by the age of middle school student one can attend Nijisanji's event," which means that Shirasu is possibly still a grade school student. The leaked image might be belonging to Shirasu's relatives who works in either Nijisanji or ASAP Club, so they got it probably through a relative or someone they know. Of course, this was never meant to be out into the public until things came out, until the actual document was shown. In the case of, you know, the actual people being there and the collab actually going forward. Mentioned at the end of the video, this issue could have been prevented if Nijisanji had properly written this document is to not be leaked by a third party instead of confidential in English. Yeah, if they had written it in Japanese, if they had written, you know, it is illegal to put this to a third party, or this is not to be seen by any third party eyes, or something like that, then more than likely the person who leaked it would not have leaked it. The confidential thing looks like, honestly, if you look at it, if you look at the screenshot, it looks like it's just a flyer. It doesn't even look like it's actually confidential. If they would have put like across the, like on the side, on like as a diagonal, a confidential or not to be shared, or, you know, something like that, then maybe it would have seemed more confidential to this literal child who put it out there. It's a middle schooler, you know, make it more obvious. On that end, it is any color's responsibility to make it more obvious to not share it to anybody if they in fact do not want it to be shared to anybody. Google translates Nijisanji as Shinji for some reason. What was leaked? The Twitter post. The description says the post was deleted, and, you know, this is the link to everything that is down here. Now, it requires a certain amount of competence to pull out successfully. I'm not sure how well a fake NDA breach marketing campaign would work for a company, which is going great lengths to avoid handling a concurrent NDA breach. The model terrifies me. It's some of the statue. Oh yeah, basically the model that this person uses is like a statue of like an angel or something like that. And it's kind of like an AI moving the stuff. So that's why this person feels that it is disturbing. But more on the content itself and the way I feel about it. It is marked as confidential, but I've seen those type of documents before where it's actually not confidential. It's hard to tell if it was actually meant to be confidential. I'm sure it was, but just from a layman's eyes, this just looks like a regular thing out there. You know, it just looks like a regular brochure. If it says not for the public, or not for public eyes, or not for third party eyes, or something like that, Nijisanji would have been able to better protect themselves against what ended up happening. I'm glad that it leaked, I guess, because now we know who it's going to be. And we know that Nijisanji doesn't have the best protections now. Do that with what you will. I'm not saying start leaking a bunch of stuff, but if they can't protect even this small thing, then I'm sure there's going to be more leaks in the future. And I will be here to cover any of those leaks that happen, of course, because we want to cover all those leaks. We want to make sure that we keep them transparent. We want to make sure that we keep them honest. And if there's anything leaking that is going to be bringing harm to livers, like in the sense of Nijisanji doing something against livers, we want to protect the livers as well. The Nijisanji sisters' hate boner for falseeyed continues again and again. They never stop. It doesn't seem like they will stop. It seems like it's just going to keep going and going and going. The hips keep coming and they don't stop coming. False is big enough and mature enough to deal with this on his own. I'm not going to try to, send hate or anything like that to anybody, but it's funny. It's funny. It's just funny seeing people do this. It really is. How are you really going to say that false is the reason why Mint got hate? They have the audacity to claim his audience can't take accountability after all they did to Selen and Sayu. Honestly, these people don't deserve Niji at this point. This person over here, I just wonder why she was sent hate. You want to answer that question for us? I highly doubt that anybody in this community is, and even in the falsest community, but this community, I mean the newstuber community, is actually sending hate to Nijisanji. I highly doubt that. I really do. Because a lot of people in our community, like the ex-livers, are sending love to the ex-livers, are sending a lot of positivity to the ex-livers, and I want to continue doing that. And guess what? His viewers are blaming Nijisanji fans. As usual, just like their new Oshi, they won't take accountability. What? Mint takes accountability for things. Like, what do you mean not taking account? Do you have proof? I require proof of her not taking accountability of things. What didn't she take accountability of? What did she need to take accountability of? These kind of claims are just, facetious. They're just dumb. They're just absurdly desperate to pin the blame on anybody except Nijisanji, because they're blind fanatics that cannot accept the beloved company as a problem. When 3 people have now said that they left Nijisanji because of the workplace culture and managerial problems. Like Selen actually tried to blank herself twice because of Nijisanji and still refused any color being at fault for anything. They drove Sayu to blank thoughts as well, and blanked Pomu's motivation and stifled a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for her, which has never been explicitly said, but 99.9999% it was a Metal Gear collab that eventually went to Callie, since Callie herself said she wasn't the first choice for that collab. I think she even said she wasn't the first choice or the second choice. She was like the third choice. None of them have any reason to ever view Nijisanji in a positive light. The Niji sisters are just willfully ignorant and attack anything that dares disparage their dear corpo. Exactly. They just don't like the fact that the corporation is getting all this bad light, which is like they have put all their eggs in the Nijisanji basket. They have. It's the blank of disease and of parasociality and adult culture. People have tied their very identity to Nijisanji. That's the issue. They've tied their very identity to Nijisanji. Thus, criticism of Nijisanji to them feels an attack, a personal attack to them. You see the same crap in K-pop. Go to BDS subreddit and say you're not their biggest fan. Watch them literally foam at the mouth. Unless I'm remembering wrong, I'm pretty sure it has been clarified that it was not Metal Gear collab song, but rather some opportunity that would have been akin to deciding the face of Nijisanji. We don't know either way. A lot of people say it was Metal Gear Solid. I think it might have been Metal Gear Solid. But even if it was the face of Nijisanji, the fact that she didn't get it, she was, according to leaks and according to alleged allegations, whatever, she was sabotaged from inside. Mint was sent hate because people send her hate. People sending her hate are doing something wrong. That's it. That's the end of the story. You hate false because you're a Niji sister. I hate false because of the stupid effing Keemstar voice. We are not the same. Okay, there's someone who actually hates him for Keemstar voice. Okay, that makes sense. I sometimes really have to pull myself together to not post some very cynical and sarcastic comments towards or about people like this, and then just stop it because they would either not get it or intentionally use it against me or other people. It's incredible that nowadays, people nowadays win by doing nothing, only if you're extremely smart or extremely stupid. And again, people are doing more claims. Like, this is just a continuation of the same story. False's Discord is a place for psycho blank analysis of hypothetical minors. It says, me neither. I think they're teenage girls, mostly from various sexist societies, who are not particularly successful in their lives, and vent in the form of simply simping for Vox Online. You look at pretty much any group of loonies, they're very similar. Sisters are flat earthers and VTubing scene. That is not, like, that's just weird, man. That is just weird that they put that out there like that. Like, that these people, these fans are creating this whole thing in their head, this whole situation in their head. Screenshots I'm seeing just keep getting more insane. That whole thread was just the weirdest, most obsessed people ever telling each other how normal and calm they are. Just to be clear, this comment in particular didn't receive any sort of agreement as far as I know, but there's a pattern of very strange people saying similar insane things. It's social media. you're gonna have weird people saying weird things. It's social media, for God's sakes. It's not an echo chamber like what you guys have. It's free and clear social media. They can say what they want as long as, it doesn't break terms of service. As I pointed out, a lot of often smaller VTuber related servers have to ban mentioning false precisely because his name brings in toxic discussion and rats lurk for ammunition. I think only the Needy Sister discords, small Nijisanji enjoyer discords do that. I don't ban on my Discord server anything related to false. I really don't. Same time, he has a thread basically dedicated to running people down with no filters. My dude is talking about doing better things with my time while admitting that they watch virtual anime girls, thinking, wow, look at the CCVs and ad revenue. But I'm flattered to know that I'm your Kamiyoshi and never miss a thing post. No, you aren't the Kamiyoshi, Fake Mint fan. The Kamiyoshi is Mint. Hope you find something better to do with your time. False and this Discord chat aren't really worth seething over. Watch and rewatch your Oshi streams instead. They've been having lower CCVs than normal and could use the extra views. They're perpetually proving my point about naming and targeting people who criticize or make fun of them. Maybe stop doing that and your attempts to you mad bro at me will look more convincing. That's just the way that kind of thing goes. You have adversarial relationships that you've created as a Nijisanji enjoyer, as a person moving in there and trying to have not discussion, an argument with people. Of course you're going to be told, go touch grass, go, do this, go do something better with your time. Of course it's going to happen because they don't like the fact that you are doing what you're doing. And I don't like people doing this stuff. I try to push it away in my Discord server. Big Tan indeed. I actually spend a lot of time in falseeyed Discord. I think they're a pretty cool place. One of the few places where you can discuss basically any VTuber all in one place with a bunch of people who all like VTubers in general and are passionate and knowledgeable about them. That's the kind of server I like to create too. Also, screenshots like this are terrible at capturing the overall tone of the discussion. For example, the dude who said what was in the first screenshot also said that he pitied them a bit and they were probably in a bad place in life. So yeah, it's when someone cherry picks screenshots, when they cherry pick things like that to try to knock someone else down, that makes them look bad. That is a bad thing on their part because it's unfaithful narration. It is untruthful, just cherry picking and choosing something to make you look good. Don't do that. Don't be like those type of people. I've seen those type of people a lot. Don't be like them. Real quick, Kson is doing some more IRL streams and doing IRL streams with other people. Like Demondice Karen is a singer, a rapper, I believe, a Japanese rapper, and they're just doing their regular stuff. Go support Demondice and Kson, of course. The Alone in the Dark, apparently they have a box out there, a specific, I guess, a like puzzle box that they have there. Luna ever collabed with Niji VTuber personally? One-on-one collab, not the big collab that includes more than 4 VTubers. Well, I should tell you a lot more about experience in Niji. If you could count a music video cover, then yes, but on stream, never. And of course, I don't think Luna, who used to be Motoru, because of the treatment, I've gone over this many times already, she had horrible treatment in Nijisanji. She was basically shunned, humongously shunned. She was treated like an outsider immediately. In her last graduation stream, she was made to cry because no one came and said goodbye to her. No one even said, thank you for being a part of Nijisanji. No one said, I wish you the best, even just as a token type of thing. No one in Nijisanji did that. She did an open VC, and no one did that. She was left crying in front of her fans, in front of people, while eating like ramen because she was trying to have a good time, a last moment with everybody, and she was left crying because of that. And of course, Luna now has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, on the Hololive side. And I wish her the best. And of course, I wouldn't be associated with people like that myself. I don't think any single agency talent has having much freedom as Callie. Literally had live concerts with both personas, Connect the World, Demondice, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, Hololive has a lot of freedom. Hololive gives a lot of freedom here. Technically isn't a perfect mirror of what you're asking about. But yeah, I don't think I don't think people are going to be collabing with Nijisanji very much, except maybe the JP side. Hololive doesn't restrict life activity that much. I know they do some rules. Of course, they're going to have some rules, but not all of them. Holotenant can use the PLs and do stuff they can't do with their company account, like playing games they don't have perms for, collabing with people they can't on main, or showing face, as an example, not Kiara doing that dance video with Not Mint, those type of things. It's talent freedom versus talent restriction versus extreme restrictions. That's the difference. On to a bit more Hololive / covers type news. Basically, this one is going over everything that Hololive and Cover are doing for the subsidiary in the US. On the other hand, English is for the EN branches, Holo EN, Holo Stars EN, but the applicants are required to communicate or to commute to Cover HQ in Tokyo. So some of them that are in the Japanese one, they're required to commute to Tokyo. Holo EN managers are based in Japan, but business level Japanese and English are required. For further details, talent manager for EN projects have annual salary from 4 to 7 million yen. Pretty average or slightly above average for Tokyo, I'd say. For sales representatives in the US, which is right over here in the careers, the annual salary is $84,000 to $110,000, also average to slightly higher than in where they're going to be, which is Los Angeles. The COO of the US base will have roughly $200,000 US base salary. At the very least, Cover did market research to put out job listings that are not unsightly. And also the value is not unsightly. That these things right here are, 973,000 yen for a project planning director, US based. For sales representative, US based, they're also doing 973,000 yen, but it's $80,000 around there. Or the COO is having, more money, like 4 million. I think it's they're having quite a bit of money, like 200,000 US dollars. Never mind, that was my mistake. 200,000 US dollars, 84 to 110 US dollars. For the project planning director is going to be 84 to 110,000 US dollars. This one is for the community manager for overseas business is going to be having as well some good monies. This one is 500,000 to 900,000 yen. It looks like monthly probably. So these people are not bad. Like all these prices are not bad. Some of these are no longer there. These are Japanese branches. So yeah, these are all just the cover pricing of everything. They're making sure that they're paying their people correctly. They're paying them enough. I like how Cover posts the salaries of their page, whilst any color doesn't even post aside from that part-time translator job where they're paid minimum wage for it. Chinese and Korean is a plus, but even I wouldn't take minimum wage job that I know for 4 languages. Cover does have a posting of localization, but that's subcontracted job, which I don't know if it's worse or better at a part-time job. The salary is negotiable, so there's at least it can be negotiated. I think the subcontract is for contractor, which is default, should not dictate the required working hours for contractors. They get paid by the quality and or quantity of the work. With Nijisanji wanted is probably an in-house translator that'll be at the back that are beck and call. Cover is very confident of the business that they have. Very confident that they're going to be doing a good job with their business. And sure, Cover hires longtime Hololive fans who really love and support the Oshi soon. I think they will. Remember, it's not only those parasocial freaks who applies to get closer to a member. Nobody wants a Mel's Manager 2.0. No, they have protection for Mel. Because, for example, the Mel's Manager 2.0 thing was Yozora Mel had an issue with her manager long time ago. The manager was stalking her, was making sure that she had long meetings with them, was making sure they met up with them a lot in using work as an excuse. It was a very bad situation. Hololive and Cover didn't protect her in the beginning, didn't do anything proper in the beginning, like in my mind and in a lot of people's minds. But later on, they paid her expenses, any expenses she incurred from doing that. Once the investigation was over, they paid for any expenses that she had for like staying somewhere else, any legal related expenses. They paid everything, and they made sure afterwards that no manager had direct connection like that, where they could request someone come in and just have a meeting without someone else being there. They had protections against that afterwards, because that was a huge problem for them. That was something that should never have happened, and it didn't happen after that. Imagine if Sayu got tired and all the bullshit BS and applies for a manager. She's is in Cali, and she already has a good level of Japanese. There's a list looking for noobs, non-professionals, and undergrads. Yeah, that's the thing that we all went over. Do note that the talent manager thing is not a part of the U.S. subsidiary, but directly to their main headquarters. Their Cover USA subsidiary is only hiring product planning, US-based, sales representative US-based, and overseas subsidiary COO US-based. Cover USA has been misunderstood by a lot, but it's only for their business-related things. Lots of people thought that Holo is now doomed because they're establishing a presence in Cali, a state most people dislike because of their, the way that it is. I live in Cali. Yes, it is that way, a little bit left-leaning, but it's a lot of protections for the worker, a lot of protections for the consumer. I like those parts. They thought Holo might go woke, but it won't. Like, they won't. Cali also has certain protections for businesses because they want the business. So businesses are still protected in California to a certain extent. So you're not going to get that quote-unquote wokeness over here too much with businesses. They're going to leave them pretty free because they want the tax revenue. They want the business revenue inside of the state. So they're going to be pretty free with a lot of things. And of course, a quick little meme, as I always like doing memes. I always like putting a little bit of meme in here, a little bit of meme sauce in here. Here's a meme that got me banned from this person, banned from Nijisanji subreddit. Good witch, bad witch, good witch, bad witch. Yeah, Shion is a good witch. Millie is definitely a bad witch. I mean, she's been doing bad stuff. I cast Tornado House. This is a Wizard of Oz joke for all the Zoomers confused. Yes. The Wicked Witch of the... Oh, God. They want her to be buried underneath the house. For the Wicked Witch, remember the Wicked Witch was buried underneath the house. They want... and Millie has the Bad Witch hat, too. Has a big bad witch hat too. The hat did nothing wrong. We'll just say this right now. The hat did nothing wrong. We'll just leave it at that. And another meme. And another one. Every time I open YouTube first thing in the morning, I'll have a Nijisanji current situation and Niji sisters threatening everyone. How original. Also, Millie gaslighting herself and Nijisanji is in a black company. Daring today, aren't we? Yeah. But aren't you the one actively searching for it? If you keep watching it, the YouTube algorithm sees you as interacting with the content. Hook, line, and sister. But yeah, I mean, of course it's going to do that. That's the YouTube algorithm. But I do love these little memes that people put out there. Just wanted to give you another little taste of the meme culture that is going on in Nijisanji. Appreciate you. That is all for right now. Of course, comment, like, and subscribe down below. Thank you for being here. Of course, I love having the conversations with you guys. I love having these things with you guys. And I do appreciate it whenever you guys do comment. Take a look at my description for my socials. There's a Discord, there's Twitter, there's other places that you can check me out, Twitch, etc. And also check on your screen right now because there might be a video that you might enjoy. Thank you.